Leo Virgo. Welcome to your timeless energy check-in. I am just gonna get your coal. Oh, you know what? Let's just do an incense for now, because I do not feel like getting up to open the window. So we're just gonna do an incense. Okay, well, as I get your incense lit, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new here to my channel, this is a timeless look into how you might be supported by the cosmic energies, whether that be planets, houses, transits, aspects, zodiac signs, or elemental energies that are important for you to be aware of that might be influencing you in this moment, and then what is important for you to know about those influences, okay? We start off with an astrological deck. I'll then clarify with tarot, and then I guess I could leave that out. I'll then clarify with tarot, and then we'll end on another oracle deck, okay? Mind you, this is a timeless general message, okay? Not a personal one-on-one message, although it might feel very personal to you, okay? Depending on how strongly you might resonate with what comes forward. I do offer everyone a quick moment in the beginning of the reading, or once I sound my sound bowl or singing bowl, to get grounded, do whatever gratitude practice feels right and best for you in that moment, okay? So that you're open to the messages that come forward in this reading, all right? But Leo, Virgo, before we do all of that, I'm just going to do a quick pre-channel, okay? I'm just going to see what I can sense and feel in your energetic fields or around this energy that we might tap into before we get started, okay? All right, Leo, Virgo, let's see. Cosmic influential energy for Leos and Virgos. You could have Leo or Virgo anywhere in your chart to resonate with this. Don't necessarily even have to be a Leo Virgo to resonate with it. Or you could be born during the Leo Virgo cusp, okay? Which, for those of you that might be new, there is a quick descriptive blurb about the cusp of exposure, or that energy transfer when the sun kind of moves, excuse me, when the sun moves from Leo into Virgo over a span of about 5 or 6 days, okay, where it's kind of in between. But Leo, Virgo, we are under Mercury retrograde. I just did the Mercury retrograde reading for my members. It was very, very powerful. A lot of good energy coming from my members there for Mercury retrograde. If you'd like to be a member of my channel to have access to that reading, feel free to click that join button next to subscribe if you see it, or you can go in my description box below and click the link next to join my channel for exclusive readings and perks. It'll take you to my YouTube sign up page, and for the energy shift readings, they are available to all members at any level. So you join where you feel comfortable, and you'll have access to that Mercury retrograde reading, as well as the other cosmic shifts that we've had and the readings that I've done on them. Okay. I will be doing another lunar node shift because that is happening mid-January. So that'll be another energy shift reading I'll do for my members only. So again, if you're interested, go ahead and join. If you want access to the other readings and exclusive content that I offer there for members, join at the level that's appropriate. All right, I'd love to have you guys over there. Okay, now with that all being said here at Leo Virgo, I felt like I had to bring up that Mercury retrograde because it does seem like there might be a bit of difficulty. I just heard speaking your truth. a bit of a difficulty of connecting the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So saying what's on your heart, saying what you truly want to say. Because I get that, again, you're the cusp of exposure here. So I get that there might be this hesitation around revealing too much, where Leo Virgo might be worried about that. Whether it's like, I don't know if I'm going to say too much or say the wrong thing. You might find yourself saying the wrong things and that ruffling some feathers. So that might make you shy to kind of speak your mind. Or maybe that's like a life pattern for you, you know, having this sense of hesitation or reserve around really speaking what you feel because you don't want to upset other people. That would definitely be a solar plexus type of energy that you would want to work through, okay? Especially through the throat chakra. So solar plexus, heart chakra, and your throat chakra seem to be very, very important here for you, Leo Virgo. To have those in alignment, to have those spinning in the right direction. There's something you need to say that you might be afraid to, or a little nervous to, or hesitant to. Because again, it's like, I don't want it to be taken the wrong way. I don't want it to land wrong or someone to interpret it or misinterpret it, right? To take it to heart. I don't want someone to take it personal. You could be dealing with people who take what you have to say, Leo Virgo, and I get specifically you, very, very to heart, or very, very personally. They take what you say personally. Okay, this could be like a mother figure, a father figure, a sibling, maybe someone close to you in family, or this could be a dear friend of yours where it's like, it's hard to maybe have gut-wrenching honesty with them because they just take it so hard, or they take it to heart, or they get defensive really quickly, so it's maybe turned you off of speaking and saying what you truly feel because you know it's not going to be received in the way that you want it to, or in the way that you would hope to, in order to facilitate a healthy conversation about it. Like it feels that this could be a boss. Maybe there's something you want to say to a boss or explain to a boss or kind of point out in the workspace, but it's like, I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to speak out of turn. Like there's some sort of block there, or a lack of confidence that your ability to articulate yourself or what you have to say might be exposing too much. Like it's almost like Leo Virgo is hyper aware that there is this dose. Like you have to give your exposure or your truth in doses to certain people, little bit at a time, like micro dosing them into seeing something clearly, into the reality of situation. You might be dealing with people who don't have a firm grip on reality, or they're not very in tune with the present moment, which makes it difficult. Because I get that Leo Virgo is hyper present, but not able or feeling like, okay, because that could just be a feeling. It could be really like you really can't. It could also be a feeling. Having difficulty or challenges around connecting with other people or finding people in your environment that are also tethered to the present. It's like during Mercury retrograde, Leo Virgo might see a lot of people living in the past, a lot of people too focused on the future, very, very few people right there in the moment with you. And I get that that might be a source of frustration here. Oh, others of you, this would be more in a romantic sense because Mercury retrograde is conjunct with Venus for the next 3 weeks, which sets off this tone of this particular Mercury retrograde being very relationship based, hyper focused on connections and pleasure and leisure and beauty and love and all of those good, amazing feelings and things that Venus energy brings us, right? Or allows us to connect with. Some of you, some of you might want to say something. Oh, I get that there's this like pressure for Leo Virgo to say something in the sense of like, expressing desire for someone. And again, because it's Mercury retrograde, it's like cat almost has your tongue here. Take that how you want to take that, because I'm gonna leave that there. The way that I heard myself say it, it sparked something else in my mind, and maybe that's where your mind's at, Leo Virgo. And if so, okay, then you would know. But it's like there's a desire to say it. It wants to come up from the heart chakra through the throat chakra to speak, but it's like a bit of a chokehold, like a bit of a hold on that, on your throat there. Jesus. This could also be your desire to kind of express passion towards someone. Maybe Leo Virgo's a little sexually frustrated in this season for some of y'all, maybe not all of y'all. And there's just this like overwhelming fire to want to like express that energy with someone specifically, I get. But it's like how to even initiate that is what has Leo Virgo a little bit, I just heard frazzled, just a little bit. Or again, very sure that you have the desire, not sure how to express it. And maybe that's the microdosing. Maybe you feel as if, or whoever's in this energy feels as if they have to give little hints. Like, I can't just come out and like lay the desire on thick. I have to give little hints that that's what I'm interested in, or little bits and pieces, or kind of like microdose someone into the awareness that you want them or that they want you, Leo Virgo. Because it's like someone has a fear of overexposing themselves. I don't want to let someone see too deeply into me or deeply into what I want, out of fear of maybe rejection, or maybe out of fear of like they don't feel the same. A lot going on here, Leo Virgo. Okay. All right, let's end that channeling there. We'll see how that kind of resonates when we get into the cards. But I'm going to sound my singing bowl. Go ahead again, if you haven't already, get started on whatever grounding and gratitude practice feels right and best for you in this moment, so that you're open to the messages that come forward. All right, get your heart open, your third eye open, all of that energy open so you can receive. All right, here we go. Almighty Creator, my ascended ancestors, and all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me and with the Leo Virgo Cusp collective of energy here on YouTube and my soul tribe that will be tuning into this reading, for clear and concise messages regarding how they're being cosmically supported in the now moment and what's important for Leo Virgo to know about that cosmic influence and support. We thank you so much for your grace, your guidance, your love, your mercy, your protection, the peace that you bring, and your presence with us in this moment. We love you, and so it is. All right. Okay. Cosmic energy here for Leo Virgos. Cosmic energy for Leo Virgo in the now moment. Okay. Third house messages. There's Mercury, there's the third house of communication and of thinking and of thought, right, of the mind. A lot of thoughts going on here, Leo Virgo. Tell me more. Mars and force, right. Because again, I feel like someone definitely desires something. Now, mind you, we are in a Mars retrograde still, okay? Mars has been retrograding for almost like a month and a half now. So Mars and Mercury are retrograding at the same time, while all of this energy, at least from Mercury's perspective, is conjunct Venus. So it's like, that's what I was kind of getting the hesitation. Someone doesn't want to force something here. Because I feel like it's like, if I were to say too much, if I were to send these messages, if I were to communicate, if I were to do more than my fair share and just let it all out, It might be forcing somebody into a relationship, a connection. You know what I mean? It's just like someone doesn't want to force it. I get that. And is afraid that communicating this in the now moment might pressure someone into feeling forced to respond, to surrender to it, to oblige, right? It's like somebody gets that, like, I get the vibe someone wants something to happen naturally, but the energy, the desire, the because Mars is also rules Scorpio, so it's like that's that sacral chakra energy, a lot of emotional energy, a lot of creative energy, a lot of sensual energy. Someone is feeling that very, very strongly, but it's like I don't want to come on too strong, kind of a vibe. Whether that's you, Leo Virgo, or someone feels that way towards you. Someone definitely has something they want to say. They definitely have feelings and energy here, emotional energy for sure. But to express that in its rawness might be too much in someone's mind or someone's thoughts here. What else? Grand trine and blessing. Did I not say Mercury, Mars, Venus? 1, 2, and 3. Blessings. Okay, for my number people, we do have 27 with the third house, which breaks down into a 9. We also have 5 for Mars, and 46, which breaks down into a 10, which further breaks down into a 1. So 1, 5, 9, 10, 27, or 46 could mean something here to you. I almost get, though, that whatever this pressure is, or whatever this tension, or this kind of like, someone might even be put in a position where they feel forced to express something or to communicate something. It's kind of like, I can't hold my tongue anymore. Like, I can't bite my tongue about this. Doesn't necessarily even have to deal with romance. This, again, could be in the workplace. It's like, I've seen too much. I need to speak up. I need to say something. Or there's a situation that happens, some sort of alignment that comes in where you find the opportune time to communicate whatever you feel you need to. And I get this communication might be very stern, okay, because Mars can be a little aggressive, but I don't feel like it's aggressive in the wrong way. I feel like it's the right amount of firmness, right? Like, no, like somebody's serious. Like, this seriously needs to change. It feels like it's centered around change. If this is like a workplace situation or a work environment, it's like this, that, and that has to change. Like, we can no longer operate like this. Maybe you own a business and you're doing some sort of like audit or review of your company, and it's like, okay, here are the things that have to change. Like, we can no longer operate this way. We can't do business this way anymore. And it turns out to be a greater blessing than you can sense in this moment. Yeah. Grand Cross Provoker at the bottom of the deck. Which would say that the Grand Cross is kind of like a square aspect in a natal chart. It's where the energies that are in those 90-degree angles from one another, or I guess you could say the planetary energies, it causes conflict, right? It causes conflict. Where the trine is, what are those, like 60 degrees? They play nicely. It's like you get assistance from the grand trine, you get tension and conflict from the grand cross. It's almost like maybe this blessing energy is connected to the messages and the provoker energy is connected to Mars. It's like you might get a message or some sort of communication or feel guided to communicate something that in the long run will be a blessing, but in the short term might be a bit controversial, might provoke or stir up some things. Maybe you're coming into the awareness, Leo Virgo, that you're meant to be a catalyst for some people or a catalyst in a workplace. Like by me standing my ground and or forcing and pushing for change around something, that change and what comes of it will be a blessing to yourself and to others, to your coworkers or your company. Take it how it resonates, okay? 47 breaks down into an 11, which we don't further break down. So again, it's like you're destined, or this is a part of your personal path to be this agent of change or to force change in some way regarding maybe some form of communication. It's almost like someone maybe communicates with you the wrong way, says something that's a little inappropriate or out of pocket or just kind of bold. You know what I mean? Like someone could be passive aggressive or just flat out aggressive with you here, Leo Virgo, and it's like, yeah, that's the last straw. Like, this is the perfect time to like address this whole, because I feel like whatever that energy is, it's a testament to something bigger than just that isolated situation. Like it's a bigger problem that I almost feel like, for those of you where this is like a workplace situation, a lot of people are aware of, but they don't have the guts or the competence to bring up or to address. But Leo Virgo does. Okay? Because, yeah, I almost get like there needs to be chaos in order for there to be harmony. Like, in order for you to get to that blessing and that balance, you have to kind of shake things up and provoke things and you know what I mean? You gotta open it up to clean it out so that it can heal. I get this Mars energy makes you a leader in some way. Not only does it rule Scorpio, it also rules Aries. Okay? Which is definitely a very leader type, leader oriented, or they desire to be leaders in their environments. Yeah, I just get that for a lot of you, Leo Virgo, it's like you're forced to be the spearhead, to be the face or be the one that catalyzes all of this change based on some form of communication that either comes toward or it's like an idea that maybe you have that might, yeah, it might ruffle some feathers, but in the long run, again, it's gonna be a blessing. Almost as if, Leo Virgo, you have some sort of vision or you're a bit of a visionary when it comes to this thing, that a lot of people don't see it. They only see the chaos of it. They don't see how that chaos will then settle into peace. Hi, Janae. Oh, you have a court date. Oh, sending you so much love here. A lot of blessings, okay? Praying that that goes well for you and in your favor. Yeah, with blessings out, I definitely feel like how whatever the outcome of that, Janae, it will be a blessing in disguise, okay? All right. Tell me more here. Tell me more about the third house, Mars in Grand Trine and Grand Cross for Leo Virgos in the now moment. What do they need to know about these messages, this force and these blessings and this provoker energy? Hi, Angela. Thanks for being here, love. Thank you for being here as well, Janae. Okay, tell me more. What are these messages? for Leo Virgo? What are the messages? What's this communication? The Hierophant. So it definitely either comes from a spiritual place here, Leo Virgo, your higher mind, a higher place of authority, higher learning. And you got the Ace of Cups. That's that blessing with the wow. High Priestess, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups. Let's go back to that relationship energy. High Priestess, Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. With the Sun, there's your Leo energy. But, I mean, the Sun being the best card in the deck, it's positive. It positively aspects everything. So what comes to light here, for those of you where there might be like a relationship brewing, or again, there's like this strong desire for somebody, and I don't want to come on too strong, but I feel it and it's there. There's a lot of heat there with the Sun, okay? And I get that ultimately with the Hierophant and the High Priestess, it's beyond just a physical attraction. There's a strong spiritual balance there. Someone who sees eye to eye with you, I just heard that really clearly. It's someone who sees eye to eye. That either has a message of love for you, has an offer of love for you, wants to express some love, or this is you, Leo Virgo. You might have recognized your High Priestess or your Hierophant and want to connect with them in some way. So what's being forced here? Excuse me? Leo Virgo. The Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, and the Sun and the Moon? I'm a little speechless. Leo Virgo. Did you find the Sun to your Moon? Are you about to find the Moon to your Sun? Your counterpart? Your higher level soulmate? Your life partner? Why does this feel, again, with the Grand Trine and the blessings? This is, for some of y'all, where this is a relationship, this is like this is destiny playing out. I don't know how else to say that. It's like Mars is forcing you two to be together, or forcing you to cross paths, or forcing you to connect. The Sun, the Moon, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups, your first 5 cards. Leo Virgo, y'all readings always just be so high vibrational. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my community here. Because what that means, it's like whatever's been hidden is forced to come to light. Hierophant, High Priestess, the love, the Ace of Cups that has been hidden is now being forced to come to light. Can't hide what you feel anymore. Ooh, that could definitely be a part of this Mercury retrograde. Somebody might slip up and say, ooh, somebody's going to slip up and say something that exposes too much. And once it's said, it can't go back. It's like you can't go and hide it back or backtrack. Or this person might say a little too much and let you into how they feel for you more than what they thought they were. And then it's like they catch themselves like, oh, shit, I might have said a little too much there, gave it away. But it's in safe hands because the Hierophant and the High Priestess, it's one of the best couplings and pairings you can get as far as relationships are concerned. That does tell me, though, Leo Virgo, that there might be a spiritual mission between you and this person for you both to show up in spiritual energy. you've got the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. Yes, somebody has been carrying this desire, this energy. For a lot of y'all, this attraction, they've been keeping it to themselves. Ten of Wands. It's to the point where it's a bit of a burden. Ten of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, again, there is mission here. Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. It's almost like, ooh, whoa, my own throat chakra got a little, got a little squeaky there. Yeah, somebody's going to say something. For my throat chakra to squeak like that, it's like, what's that say? It's like you would rather say it and have your voice tremble and be shaky and sweaty and, you know what I mean, than to not say it at all. And I think that's where somebody's getting. It's almost like what I wanted to say. People might be celebrating, or your ancestors might be celebrating, this Knight of Pentacles actually finally making a move. Finally discerning which path is the right path. Finally discerning what step is the right step to take. And for a lot of y'all, that step is communication. I almost get too, once whoever has to communicate, communicates, it's going to feel like a release. Strength in the King of Wands. It might be you. Leo, Virgo, King of Wands, fire energy, strength, Leo energy. You also got the sun. You might be the one that has to take the lead and say something here, or you've been holding back on what you feel for somebody. Maybe you're the Hierophant and they're the High Priestess. Maybe it's the other way around. Either way, it feels like the Leo energy in this situation, Queen of Wands, yeah, you found your match. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Strength. It's like it's going to take strength for someone to be vulnerable and let their guard down. Yeah, it's like this Mars energy has forced someone, maybe while Mars has retrograded, it's forced Leo Virgo to look at how they are blocking themselves from receiving help. It's like deep down, Leo Virgo does need help, or would like to have a village or community or a partnership to rely on. But with the sun being out here, maybe pride got in the way a little bit. And don't worry, no judgment, y'all. We all battle with pride in our lifetimes. But that's what I feel like. I feel like, Leo Virgo, your pride has maybe had the best of you for a minute. You take pride in carrying those 10 wands, and you take pride in doing everything on your own, or you take pride in not needing nobody, and I don't need the Three of Pentacles. I don't need people to help me. I'm Leo Virgo. I do what I want. You know what I mean? It's like kind of that energy, and it's fueled you in some way, shape, or form in a certain sense. But until until you meet somebody, or you cross paths with somebody, or someone comes into your energy somehow that matches you. Because maybe Leo Virgo's always been in the position to be the more grounded, the more stable, the more reliable person, right? Ten of Wands. You have no problem assisting other people, but when it comes to you receiving assistance, I'm good, I don't need it. But that's what's been changing here for Leo Virgo. And that change, I just got really excited for y'all, because that change is letting in not just any old Joe Schmo Sally off the street. Yeah, your Hierophant, your match. The Queen of Wands to the King of Wands. The High Priestess to the Hierophant. Ace of Cups. Unconditional love from a spiritual space. Positive vibrations, positive energy, a source of light in your life, and you being a source of light for someone else. The sun to the moon, balance. Because I think what most people wouldn't even know about Leo Virgo is what they deal with emotionally. Leo Virgo does a good job of putting on a tough face, but deep down, the weight that Leo Virgo carries to make everybody happy, to be the sun, to be that light bright, to have everything in order, to support. It's a heavier burden than Leo Virgo puts on. But what's beautiful about this and the blessing in all of it is you're meeting or connecting with maybe more than one person. Maybe this is like friendships, right? Who are on the same spiritual path as you. But for a lot of you, this could be a real relationship because the Lovers is here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. It's like, yeah, finally meeting somebody who understands, Leo Virgo, who gets you. Okay? So tell me the connection between Mars and this grand trine and these blessings. What's the energy between force and these blessings? Yeah, 5 of Cups. Forced to turn around and look at the blessing of the remaining 2 cups. Forced to turn away from what has spilled over, from what has gone wrong, and to look at what still is right and in alignment with you. Forced to turn around and look at it and embrace it. Tell me more about these blessings for Leo Virgo. Whew. The Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. That's new energy, all right. And that Ace of Wands comes with an Emperor. Yo, Leo Virgo. The Emperor, for me, in my opinion, okay? Me, in my opinion, would be, the Emperor would evolve into the Hierophant. That's how I look at it. Because spirit above all else. The Emperor is more of the earthly representation of this higher form of the Hierophant. The higher self of the Emperor would be the Hierophant, in the same way that the higher self of the Empress would be the High Priestess. Just me, my opinion. Okay, but the Ace of Wands coming with an Emperor being blessed. Now, that Ace of Wands could stand for a little bit of something else, okay? A little fire, a little desire, like I was picking up on. Leo Virgo, oh, Leo Virgo, if you're still focused on the 3 cups that have spilled, my love, Two of Cups comes with an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups. So you're not just getting the good physical energy, you're also getting healthy emotional energy, which makes the physical energy 10 times better. From an Emperor who's mastered themselves. That's the master of all 4 kings. And the Emperor knows what they want. They know what they want. And come hell or high water, they're going to get it. Leo Virgo, if you're not the Emperor, this Emperor, like I almost feel like I don't even want to look up. Like I feel somebody like intensely staring. Like this Emperor has their eyes set on you, Leo Virgo. And it's almost like Leo Virgo is like trying not to look at the Emperor, just in a very High Priestess fashion. If you're the High Priestess here, just kind of keeping it very discreet, not necessarily, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting kind of warm. So yeah, could be a fire sign because we did have the King and Queen of Wands there. So you could be connecting with an Aries, maybe a Sagittarius, or someone else who has strong Leo in their chart, Leo Virgo. This Emperor is here to be a blessing. Now, others of y'all where this is more or less like a work situation, because I was guided to get back to that. what's being illuminated and what has been hidden, that's what I was saying. That's like everyone in this work environment knows that they're either overworked, overburdened, or there's some sort of dysfunction, or they're taking on more than they signed up for, or again, it's like everyone's a little overworked in this workplace, but no one's had the courage to really speak on how disappointing that is, or how that's like difficult to navigate through, or again, the burden and the weight that is the 10 of Wands. It is quite heavy. So it's like everyone knows, but no one's had the courage to say anything. Leo Virgo's going to have the courage to say something. And that's going to either give Leo Virgo some form of leadership with the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. It's like, oh, well, what are your ideas on how to fix that and how to change it? And Leo Virgo says, well, I think we should do A, B, and C. Okay, go ahead. Lead it. Do it. Start it. Like, that might be the type of thing. Okay? So you then being the emperor in the situation, the leader of this change, of this new idea, of this inspiration, right? This new creative flow, or you being given the green light, the blessing to create this new thing, it's going to, I think it's going to work out a lot better than for a lot of you are maybe anticipating. But it's also going to shine a light, and I can feel that and sense that. It's going to shine a light on other things. So that might even, it's like Leo Virgo, for those of you where this is more career, you might be carving out your own role and your own title, your own position in a work environment. Well, oh, you have such great ideas. Why don't you just become the leader of so-and-so, or the director of blah, 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 right? Like whatever this might be. It's like they might even just create a role just for you to problem solve, or to shed light on new ideas, or to spearhead, like a project manager type of thing almost, right? And I would say that for those of you in the workspace, it's like your masculine and your feminine principle, the high priestess and the hierophant, agree or are in alignment in order to support you in this leadership role. It's like you have either a good sense of it's like Leo Virgo either has the ability to pull the intuitive information around the environment, but also know how to channel that intuitive information and those intuitive messages, like the vibes around something, into practicum, like into policy, into law, into, okay, this is the vibe I'm picking up. Everybody's overworked, or there's not enough balance, or there's not, too much on certain people's plate and not enough on others. It's like, okay, here's now the new policy. Here's how we're going to balance all of that out. So it's being able to pull and live in both your masculine and feminine that's going to support you in being the emperor or the leader, and making some really provoking or necessary or needed changes that will ultimately end up being a blessing for you. So this could be increase in pay, this, again, a title change, a whole new role in the company that never existed but now exists because of you, because Leo Virgo decided to speak up. For some of y'all, Leo Virgo wasn't afraid to square the CEO, or to be in opposition to the flow of what was, to create something new. Okay? Because I get that with this work environment, there might be a lot of people that come in and then they're like automatically disappointed, or they lose morale, or there's just not, maybe this is you even being like a culture leader or something like that. Like creating culture at a workplace environment that has none. Okay, yeah, is it going to ruffle some feathers for people who liked it the way it was because it benefited them? Because maybe they were on the side of not having to work so hard? Sure, but do we care about that? No. It's like, it's equality all the way around. I get it. I feel for some of y'all, it's like, yeah, no, like we just can't, I can't live like this. So I'm going to say something, and that's going to lead to you being blessed with a new opportunity to lead. Or again, it's going to maybe elevate you into a new position or give you some sort of career advancement. Okay. All right, tell me more about the Ace of Wands and the Emperor. Whoa. The World and the Hanged Man. Yeah. Because you see things differently. Because you're bringing and offering this new perspective, it's going to close out a major, major cycle that needed to close. Right? It's going to put an end to one way of working, one way of existing, and give you room to start another. Because honestly, whatever this vision is, or perspective that you offer, this idea or this inspiration that you say, hey, you know what, I think this would be a better idea, or this has to change, here's how. I feel like some of you might fear it's going to be taken, like, again, like you're stepping on toes, or you know what I mean? Like, oh gosh, like I'm not trying to be bigger than I am. It's like, no, Leo Virgo, be big. Because whatever this is, it has to come to an end. Flat out. Like someone, your unhappiness or your disappointment or feeling let down by others, feeling overworked, like that's just such, it's a toxic work environment to be in. But that's what's going to change. And I feel like, Leo Virgo, you're going to be at the forefront of that change. Okay? So trust that your inner Hierophant and your inner High Priestess are in agreement for you to receive this change, or to implement this change, or provoke it. And trust your instincts around that as well. Don't forget to pull intuitively, and then again, move that into practicum, move that into policy. Move that into guidelines and laws that are going to assist not only you, but everybody else who also feels the same way, but maybe just didn't have the courage to stand up. Or didn't want to be the one to rock the boat here. Now, others of you where this is a relationship, whoever this Emperor is, I don't think you're going to expect it. Or it's somebody that you're going to see in a new light, or somebody sees you in a new light. They're having some form of enlightenment or awakening. Okay? That either gets them to close out a cycle here with the World. The World is also a sign of success in the same way that the Sun is. You have the Sun, the Moon, and the World. Whatever the changes are, okay, I'm back to the whole workplace environment. Whatever these changes are, they'll be permanent. It's like, it's almost like, and maybe you don't really want to look at it like this, because I kind of get a little bit of hesitation to say it, but it almost becomes the legacy you leave at this particular work environment. You are the one that came in and said, this is fucked up, that ain't right, this is too much, cut that out, or do it this way so that it's not so crazy. And then it becomes like the law of the company. Like from there on out, 20 years down the line, they'll still be doing whatever Leo Virgo implemented in this moment. Like that type of impact. Yeah, death. And I get where this might ruffle feathers, is because somebody might think they're doing okay. Like, I get that this could be a conversation with like a CEO or some sort of executive in a company or whomever. And it's like they think how they go about things is perfectly okay. Although it's a chaotic mess. Like it's like, that's what I was picking up on earlier. Like somebody's not necessarily dealing with the reality. Like they're living in their own perception of what is, and or, well, this is what worked in the past. Not realizing that they're not in the past, they're in the future, or the world has changed and shifted. So it's like this could be a company that's having a hard time keeping up with the shifts and the changes in the world that we're experiencing right now. And so Leo Virgo, you might be that person that kind of ushers the company into the new and pulls them away from the old, right? For the greater good of all involved, including yourself. And yeah, again, it's gonna be scratchy, but don't get discouraged by that. You're meant to be the provoker. You're meant to maybe even be the agent of enlightenment and change in this situation. Because how you see it being done is the way that it needs to be done, Leo Virgo. And yeah, so you might have to be a little bit forceful with that. Almost like a sense of, oh, I get with the Emperor, leading by example. Like if there is some sort of pushback on the idea, lead with example. Okay, well, I'll show you. Look, I did it this way, that way, and here are the results that I got. Y'all haven't got these results in X amount of years. You see what I'm saying? It's like something like that. Like you might have to literally put it in perspective by leading by example. And for those of you where this is more or less like a relationship between a Hierophant and a High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, okay, the Sun and the Moon coming into alignment to maybe create a world. Maybe there's a new life here. Maybe this is someone who you might have a child with. I don't think you have a child with them now, Leo Virgo, but it could happen. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, 3 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. So maybe, okay, maybe not. Oh, maybe you could have had a child with this person and maybe that child didn't come to term. My condolences for anyone who's lost a child in that way or have miscarried, okay? I still feel like there will be a blessing out of that. Tell me more. Tell me more with the bottom of the deck here, Divine, about this provoker. What's the Grand Cross of the situation? Yeah, some of you are a little stressed about it. 9 of Swords, okay? 4 of Cups. It's almost like some of the work here or being this person or having to be the one to speak up might make you feel like you don't really want to. It's like the Divine, maybe that's it. Your inner High Priestess and inner Hierophant are guiding you to be this person or be this change agent in a situation. But you're kind of like, can you just pass this cup towards me? I don't want it to be me for some of y'all. It's like, I don't want to be the person. I don't want to be the person that does this. But Mars is here and it's like, I don't know that you have a choice, Leo Virgo. Because that's one thing about that Sun energy and about that Leo energy. They cannot stay in the 5 of Cups for long. Like, yeah, like, no. That Leo energy forces y'all to seek joy and pleasure and happiness in what you do. And when that's hard to find, yeah, it can get a little fiery. It can get a little tense. And it's like, in order to relieve that tension, the only way to go about that is to spearhead, is to be the leader, is to say, look, this has to change. We're not happy. No, like, you know what I mean? It's to be firm in that and to fight for it with that Mars energy. Okay. Some of you might be tired of being that change agent though, and I understand that as well. Yeah, Queen of Cups. I just want to sit back and receive and take care of me. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? But I do get this sense of, yeah, 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. This is a part of your calling. That's the tough part of what you're called to do here, maybe in this lifetime. Maybe this is a reoccurring theme, Leo Virgo. That you find yourself in situations where the way that you view things, your perspective sparks change. And then people come to you, well, hey, since you know so much, or hey, since you had such a great idea, why don't you go ahead and do it? But then it's like, that takes so much energy. It does. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. But dare I say, Leo Virgo, you're built for it? Ooh, don't shoot me. You're built for it. You're built for it, all right? But tell me more. Tell me more about this Grand Cross and what's being provoked here with the bottom of the deck. Thank you so much, Divine, for this beautiful energy for Leo Virgo. What do they need to know about the Grand Cross with the bottom of the deck energy? Queen of Wands, she's back out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when the Queen of Wands walks in a room, yeah, it's going to shift. People are going to feel some type of way if they're not solid and confident within themselves. Is that any of the Queen of Wands problem? No. Queen of Wands is Leo energy, so again, you're showing up again here. The Sun, Leo, right? You had strength come out, Leo. Queen of Wands, Leo. The World, fixed energy. There you are, the Lion, Leo. I almost feel like it's something that at the end of the day, Leo Virgo, it's something you're going to have to accept about yourself. You're going to have to accept that your confidence is going to shake the room. How people crumble out after that, or where they're like, that has nothing to do with you. You're doing what you're meant to do by being you. That's all you got to do is be yourself. Stand your ground. Be confident in what you know and what you sense and what you feel and what your spirit is guiding you to do. How that all pans out and maps out for everybody else around you is truly none of your problem. People might have something to say. Okay. Sounds like a personal problem, dude, because I'm cool. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like you have to kind of step into that energy a little bit with the situation, because it feels like it's destined for you. It feels like this is a major part of your life path. It feels like this isn't going to be the last time that you're in this type of situation, Leo Virgo. So the more comfortable you get with being that force of nature, being Mars, right? Being that Grand Cross and that provoker, being the Sun, not apologizing for it, the easier this will all be. Because you're no longer in resistance to who you are. You're no longer absorbing other people's resistance to who you are as resistance with yourself. It's finding that healthy boundary and that healthy separation between, that's for you to carry, this is for me. Don't project. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping a mindful eye on the projections around what people feel about your confidence, what people feel about your know-how, your skill set, the way that you're able to read a room, the way that you're able to change the energy or shift the energy everywhere you go. Some people can be annoyed by that. Who cares? Some people are going to be insecure about that. Who cares? Not to be blunt like that, but who really cares? That's not your business. Your business is being you. Period. Whoever likes it, and whoever don't. That shouldn't stop, and hopefully it won't stop you from being you. And in that energy, Leo Virgo, for those of you that maybe do want a partner, you're going to attract somebody who operates the same way. The same way the Emperor is rebellious, doesn't really care. They do what they're told to do in the sense of what their spirit guides them to do. It don't matter who they piss off. And it's not that they go out of their way to piss people off, but if you're mad at the moves that I'm making, that says more about you than it does about me and making the moves. Like, don't take it personally. You know what I mean? It's really this very powerful moment. Very powerful moment, Leo Virgo, for you to really step into the wholeness of who you are. Not just one aspect, but the whole vibration of who you are, which would unite the High Priestess and the Hierophant with the Ace of Cups. So now your inner High Priestess, your intuition, and your outer Hierophant, your own moral compass, or how you govern yourself, is agreeant upon the Ace of Cups. You both know where your heart is at, and that's what's most important, keeping the heart the center of the energy. If in your heart you know you're doing something that is right for you, that's best for you, then what does it matter what other people feel about it, right? Mind you, no knights out here. No knights, no pages, strictly hierarchy energy. Okay? We'll leave that at the Queen of Wands. Let's go ahead and just see what the energetic outcome of all of this energy might be. Hi, Sandra. Let me see where I'm at. I don't think I'll have time to ask questions or to answer questions here, Sandra. But if you'd like a personal reading with me, or you would like an extended on this, you can book that with me through my website, okay? We can look into how this energy connects to you and maybe whatever question you have around it. All right, love? Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Janae. You are so welcome. Again, sending you so much love. Okay. What's the highest energetic outcome of all of this energy for Leo Virgo, of this situation, of having to be this force and provoker? What are the results of all of that? What can Leo Virgo expect from having to be the provoker in this situation? Yeah, okay, clearly you can expect change. Right? We picked up on that. What else? Oh, empower. Like I said, for some of you, you might be elevated into a particular power position. At the end of the day, you can definitely expect to be in your power. Queen of Wands is a force in and of herself. The Emperor, a force in and of themselves. High Priestess and the Hierophant together, centered around an Ace of Cups. That's real power, right? That's spiritual power. That's spiritual influence. But in a positive way, right? So we're not looking at the devil energy here. No. We're not looking to bind and to trick and cause illusions. No, we're looking to illuminate with this power. Ooh, Leo Virgo, for those of y'all where this is a relationship, for some of y'all, this is, you want to talk about power couples, right? I talked about it in one of my readings for, I think, love readings. Was it y'all's reading? Maybe it was y'all's reading. I don't know. I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, we're talking about true power couple, High Priestess and the Hierophant. Spiritual mission and spiritual work. Working from spirit, working in tandem with spirit, co-creating with spirit. Yeah, that's what you're about to head into. That's beautiful. Tell me more. Okay, focus. And that's really the lesson there of that Five of Cups, right? What you focus on is what your emotions will react to. It's what your emotional body will be more receptive to. If you're focused on the things that have gone wrong and have spilled out, that's what your emotions are going to pick up on. The despair, the disappointment, the anger, maybe resentment, the hurt. And although, yeah, you need to focus in on that sometimes, you got to get to the root of it. You got to kind of clean it out. Don't forget that there is good on the other side. The moment that you turn around, there's still 2 cups behind you. You haven't lost it all. Or you won't lose it all. For some of you, if you're in that work position or work situation where you need to speak up, you're not going to lose your job for telling them, hey, there's certain work or systems that are heavy on certain people and really light on others where it needs to be balanced, or there's certain systems in place that just aren't productive. You're not getting the results you're looking for because these systems are flawed here. Here's how we fix it. Ace of Wands. Here are the ideas I have. It's like you can't hurt yourself by trying. You can't hurt yourself by saying what you need to say. Right? Only the squeaky wheel gets the oil. If you don't squeak, then nothing can come into place to assist you or to support you in assisting others. Yeah? So focus on the right things there. Focus on what you do have in the upright, not necessarily what's fallen down. Focus on what you can change and less on what you can't, which is ultimately your perspective. High Priestess. Oh, it's the High Priestess who maybe needs to have a change of perspective. Okay. Tell me more. Tell me more. What else? What does Leo Virgo need to focus on here, Divine? Oh, wow. Leo Virgo. Focus on pleasure. What pleases the heart? What pleases the body, Leo Virgo? what pleases the mind, but most importantly, what pleases your spirit. Because I feel like for some of y'all, the more you resist what your spirit is trying to tell you to do, the more unhappy you're going to be. And you might run from that unhappiness and try to jump into something else or do something else or kind of run away from it. Try not to. Lean into it. Lean into it. Don't run from it. Remember, you have the power to create the pleasure that you need, right? Remember that. That's all perspective driven, truly, at the root of it. What else? What else does Leo Virgo need to focus on? Thank you so much. Flow. Exactly. Focus on flow. Sometimes things spill, right? But ultimately, that's what I mean. For a lot of y'all, where it's like a workplace thing, it's the flow that's off. It's like the workflow either lands heavily on one person and not other people, or there's just this habit of delegating work to certain people where it's like it's inappropriate, or it's just like, I don't, it's something like that. It's like a workflow needs to change. The flow of responsibilities needs to shift in order for everyone to be content and feel like they're contributing, feel like they're, you know what I mean? Like to kind of turn the environment around or to shift it. Others of you with this flow, because I'm really zoned in on this 5 of Cups, I feel like the time to focus on the 3 of Cups spilling over has passed. And I think the energy is trying to flow Leo Virgo into looking at the 2 of Cups that still remains. But some Leo Virgos are still almost forcing themselves to stay focused on the 3 cups that have spilled out. So it's almost like you might be overlooking the blessing in the current situation. The more you focus, again, I feel like I gotta say it again, the more you focus on the flow of energy that didn't aid you, that worked against you, or didn't work out in your favor, the less you'll be in the energy of things working out for you, right? It's like where your mind goes, your energy flows. So where you focus, Leo Virgo, is what will manifest. You guys are powerful manifestors, just in your birthright energy. Okay, that Virgo energy being connected to the Magician, Leo in strength. You have a strong manifestation vibration if you so choose to use it and tap into it. High Priestess and Hierophant, Ace of Cups. Whatever the heart desires, the spirit will collaborate and conspire to make it be. It's the power that you have. The power of the sun. The power to create change. The power to illuminate and shift. But then even with the moon, the power to flow too. So again, it's really about balancing both aspects for you all in this season. But ultimately, don't be afraid to shake a room, Leo Virgo. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Embrace it. Almost to this point, Leo Virgo, where it's like if you walk in a room and people aren't kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, you might be in the wrong room. Now, that's just me being silly. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what I get. It's like, that's how used to it you should be. That when it doesn't happen, it's like a whoa, really? Huh, that's new. Do you know what I mean? Flexibility at the bottom of the deck, okay? You bend, but you don't break, Leo Virgo. You bend, 10 of Wands, but you're not going to break. You're not going to break. Your ability to remain flexible in this situation, your ability to, to just flow with, again, the inspiration that you're going to receive or that you've already received, to flow with the changes that are going to come with that, to remain flexible in your perspective of not everybody's going to see it your way, but that's also not your problem and not a reason to force people to. You just show up the way that you need to and let the chips fall where they may. Okay? All right, Leo Virgo. Beautiful energy, powerful reading as always. I hope that you all found this timeless energy check-in helpful. Maybe filled with some confirmation, guidance, maybe even a little inspiration, okay? Gentle reminders here for you, Leo Virgo, about your journey and your path. If any of this resonated with you, let me know that in the comments down below. I love to hear that from you all. Make sure you also light up that thumbs up button, that like button, if you did find a message in here that assisted you in any way or connected with you in any way. I'd appreciate that as well. And if you're new here to my channel, and this is your first time tuning into me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this reading as well. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join my tribe and my community here, as I do channel for those that are subscribed to me, okay? So that way I can pick up on your energy during these almost daily readings that I do here at Cusp of Roses, all right? Leo Virgo, again, sending you so much love, strength, courage, a lot of peace around this, okay? Peace enough to settle into this energy, settle into your higher vibrational energy, because you're here to move mountains, babes. You're here to provoke some positive changes that need to happen, some positive and permanent changes that needs to happen, but you got to focus on being balanced in your energy, that Two of Cups, okay? And you guys got this. I believe in y'all. Sending you again a lot of love, courage, strength, and peace. And I'll see y'all in the next one. All right. Thank you again, Janae. Thank you, Chandra. And thank you, Angela, for tuning in and showing the chat some love. All right. I'll see y'all in that next one. Namaste.